1/10 scale version of the real Batmobile that you will see from the Justice League movie. A lot of upgrades you can see on this car. Things have changed. Gatling guns, rocket launcher, massive cannons to ride shotgun on this guy. First thing I'm going to do is start it up. What you're going to notice is the sound. The sound is proportional to the throttle. The smoke is as well. So the more you rev it, the more exhaust comes out. If it sits idle, it just pours out like that. There's a suspension change in this car. The real Batmobile was designed to have an actual suspension change to 2 feet off the back end. Mine raises up 2 inches, so that's scale to scale. The steering, the Gatling guns, and the rocket launchers are all linked together. So when I steer it left and right, so do the guns. They're tracked, proportional steering left and right. The actual Gatling guns are actually animated as well. Okay, we go inside the car. And Batman is sitting inside. That 6-inch action figure is not the one that'll come in it, but there will be one that does. It is 100% removable. It is special because actually there's a special linkage in his left arm, so it looks like he's actually driving and steering the car. The dashboard's interactive. The light pattern does change the faster you go. When you hit the brakes, that will also brighten up on you. Underneath the roll bar, you have a Wi-Fi camera. The Wi-Fi camera then will be used because we're not going to be controlling it with this big controller. You're going to control it with your smart device, tablet, whatever you have. Once you download the app and link to the car, you'll be able to pull off some really cool things in an augmented overlay. So, as I'm looking through my phone, controlling the guns, launching, like pretending I'm launching the rockets, I don't have to actually pretend, you can actually see it. So I'll have muzzle flashes coming out the ends of the Gatling guns that are tracked. I can track it left and right. You'll see tracer bullets fly off in the distance. Since the user only sees the back of the rocket launcher, I can actually launch virtual rockets off into the distance and make a big explosion. The massive cannon, when it tips back and launches it at its artillery shell, you'll see a huge explosion down in your view and blowing up. So, it's alive on the outside with all this moving action. You've got Batman driving the car with his arm. You've got an interactive dash. Not only that, but you have that view like you were a GoPro strapped to the roll cage of the Batmobile, and you're driving the thing with guns, cannons, rockets all shooting off. And since it's connected to your phone, later on we can do updates, add new features, and if possibly I don't know anything from the movie that if finally I see it and there's a visual like he's launching like kryptonite rockets or something, we can probably add that in too later. The difference in production is this is the model that I built, and so this is the production level model. So size-wise, we actually were able to scale it better and get the realistics. Like my actual fins on mine are too high. This is actually lower and more in line with what the actual Batmobile will look like. But this is what the consumer will be getting. Same thing, twin Gatling guns, rocket launcher that moves. These all move just like I said with the steering. The inside cabin is where Batman will sit. FPV cameras underneath. Steering is linked to the actual rest of the wheels. The car does lift 2 inches off the backside. There's also a fill port for the reservoir for the solution to make the smoke. And dash is interactive. Front headlights light up. These orange actual lights light up, which is hilarious because if you watch a lot of the footage, you're like, why do I need safety lights on the Batmobile? I feel like their turn signals is kind of hilarious, but they do light up in the movie if you see them real close. So this is more authentic, size-wise, scale-wise. Plus the tire sculpt is right, front and rear. It fills in more of the actual fender flares. Like if you do look at the Batmobile, you know that there's barely any room in there. So yeah, this is actually more true to the actual Batmobile you see. You get a 30 milliliter bottle of the actual solution. If you do run out, which it's going to take you a while, because I know I've used that bottle. Honestly, after 9 months, I ran out of the original bottle, and I'm using it pretty heavy. So a few drops will last you a pretty long time. But if you do run out, you just go on Amazon, type in smoke effect for RC cars or smoke effect for RC trains. It's that exact same solution. And honestly, like ours has been developed just because ours is age graded from 14 up. So ours is especially developed for like just in case. But if you do put that RC smoke in there, it actually you'll get a little bit bigger of an effect. You'll still get an effect. It's just as good, but how mine's blowing smoke out like that, it'll be more like that.
Stay up to date with Pixel Dan at Toy Fair. Follow at Pixel Dan on Twitter or /Pixel Dan on YouTube.com. Thanks for tuning in to your premier source for all things toys, Pixel Dan. See you again.